Hello, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, then hi, welcome. My name is Doe Darling, or if you've been watching me for a while now, then thanks for sticking around. So it is episode 2 of Show Me Your Vinyl, and today's special guest is a fellow YouTuber, Twitch streamer known as A9630, or otherwise known as Andrew. Welcome, Andrew.
Hello, Doe. Hello, Doe's fans.
Thank you for finally
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for finally being on the show. I've tried to pin you down for so long, but you're a very busy guy, so I appreciate you taking the time to be on the show.
My pleasure.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the people that maybe don't know you? If there are any people out there that don't, I mean, how is that possible? I don't know. All right.
All right. Introduce myself. So my name's Andrew. I am from South Scotland. I like to live broadcast, showing people nature and culture and playing a few games and sketching and reading books.
I have to say, I really do enjoy your live streams. Now, I was shocked when you told me that you do actually own vinyl. Don't know why, I just didn't have you as a vinyl guy. But
I've got that.
And I was even more shocked that you had a copy of Queen's Greatest Hits, although I shouldn't really be because more than 1 in 4 households actually have a copy. But yeah, I was still shocked. Do you actually like Queen?
Yes, of course I like Queen. I've listened to them pretty much literally all my life. Yeah, who doesn't like Queen? I think you'll find is the correct response to that anyway. Correct
answer. So if I grilled you right now on your top 5 Queen songs, you would be able to tell me.
This wasn't in the contract.
I'm putting you on the spot, but come on, top 5 Queen songs.
Well, obviously Bohemian Rhapsody. We Will Rock You, probably. Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh, I heard you like that.
And I do. And Gaga, maybe.
Oh, it's a good one. I like it at Live Aid, especially.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot more, though. I mean, there is plenty. You're My Best Friend is a good one.
The song, yeah. Okay.
Yes, the song.
Now, I know that you're no stranger to karaoke. I have heard you sing karaoke quite a few times, and trying to work out your musical tastes, I'm not quite sure, because you go from Madonna to Ella Fitzgerald to S Club 7. So do you have a particular musical taste, or do you just like a bit of everything?
Well, everything really. My tastes are a lot broader than that. You didn't mention all the classical stuff like Brahms and Beethoven, Shostakovich, and some of the Russian classical.
Well, let's not talk about Tchaikovsky.
And yeah, getting into people like AC/DC and Iron Maiden, or Kanye West, and NWA, and it's a pretty broad range of music that I like, far wider than you've heard me singing karaoke.
Well, yeah, but maybe in the future I might get to hear you sing some more. You might grace us with your talents on Twitch sometime.
Not likely.
All yours, Babushka, 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 yeah.
Okay, so moving on to what record you have actually brought in today. Let's have a look at it. Show me your vinyl. The record
I have brought in today, my vinyl, is Kate Bush's classic Never Forever.
Ooh, okay.
Original vinyl. It's an absolute beauty. There's the front, there's the back.
Oh wow, that's some interesting artwork. I've never even seen the back of it.
It's beautiful. And inside as well, it is quite beautiful.
Oh wow. Is that a butterfly and a rose?
That is, yes, it's a butterfly and a rose. And it's all sorts of things. So let's just take a look again at the front cover. You might, at this point, I don't know, you might want to insert maybe a still photo of the cover art at this point.
I will tell editing Doe to do that, yes.
Let's do that. Editing Doe, edit that in.
I'm guessing that's Kate.
Okay, so this is actually a really beautiful drawing on the front cover. Let's just credit the artist in here. The front cover and center is by Nick Price, and the back photography is by John Carter Bush. So yes, this is an actual drawing with Kate.
There's a lot going on there.
All sorts of things emerging from beneath her dress.
Oh my.
Animals, real animals, and I think nightmarish animals. Certainly weird stuff going on. We can see a swan, a bat, a whale, a cat, a dove, lots of things. And where are we there? And there's a butterfly again, demons, and yeah, all sorts of really interesting stuff.
Oh wait, is that a hype sticker at the top? Is that a price sticker?
This is an original John Menzies $5.99.
Wow,
sticker.
Nice. So this was her third studio album, I believe.
That's right. Well, it's yes, it was early in her career. So this was 1980 that this came out.
I think it actually came out 5th of September. Which, by the way, everything amazing happens on the 5th of September. So I'm betting this is amazing.
Why do you think I chose this album? This was her most successful in the UK and around the world, and for a very good reason. It's an excellent piece of work.
Now, I have to be honest, I don't know Kate Bush's music. Like, I'm aware of Kate Bush, I'm aware of a couple of her songs, but honestly, I haven't really ever gotten into Kate Bush or listened to her, so I'm really excited to learn a bit more about her.
Kate Bush, though. Kate Bush is one of Britain's most talented, most successful singer-songwriters. She was actually the first British solo artist to have a #1 album, specifically Never Forever.
She was 19 when she got her first UK #1 in 1978. I think it was Wuthering Heights.
That was Wuthering Heights, of course.
Yes.
Which, Wuthering Heights and Running Up That Hill. I mean, she's had so many brilliant, very early, successful songs, some of which, of course, are coming back.
Oh, yes, because they used it in Stranger Things, and then it went viral on TikTok. She had some kind of resurgence, and the younger generations are now discovering Kate Bush. But obviously, for people like you were around at the time. I'm guessing, I don't want to say how old you are, but, I'm guessing you were around at that time, so you heard it firsthand. So what do you actually think to, it becoming popular with the younger generations now, that they're actually discovering Kate Bush? I think it's great. With the likes of TikTok and stuff, these songs are going viral and just getting out there to wider audiences.
Anybody who comes to Kate Bush anew recently is very welcome, of course. It's all art, and you want people to appreciate art. I mean, I'm sure fans of Caravaggio aren't all ones who were alive in the 15th century.
Certainly
and
not.
They refused to have anybody who... no, actually, I am putting Kate Bush on a par with Caravaggio now that you
Wow.
that.
Okay.
Wow. So anybody coming to Kate Bush now in the 21st century, in the third decade of the 21st century, and at any other time, because of course she's been releasing albums regularly over the years. Every 3 or 4 years on average, she releases a new piece of work, and they all bring in new people. So the fact that she's been featured on TikTok and on Stranger Things, it makes no difference at all to when you come to her, you'll discover her brilliant stuff, and when you find her.
Can you run through the songs on this album? Because I don't know this album.
Don't know this album. Okay, so it's although it's a double looking album, it's only one actual disc, only one piece of vinyl. So we have on the first side On the far side, we have Babushka, Delia.
That's the one I
Blow
know.
Away.
Sorry, that's the only song I know. We can talk about that because that's
Which
the only
one?
one I know.
Babushka.
Babushka, yeah. No,
Well,
actually,
we'll come
that's
back
a
to that in a
lie
second.
because I do know the Wuthering Heights and the Running Up the Hill one. So, and that's it.
Neither of which are on this album, yes. So
That's
they
all I know.
are
I'm sorry.
Babushka. They are Babushka, Delius, Blow Away, All We Ever Look For, and Egypt on side 1, or A. And on the reverse, The Wedding List, Violin, The Infant Kiss, Night Scented Stock, Army Dreamers, and Breathing. The first song I really remember listening to properly when I first got hold of the album, or the first one that really stuck in my mind, was Violin. Now, this is a very pacey, very exciting, very grabbing kind of a song. It's about a violin, you would probably say, and obviously the Kate's fantastic vocal gymnastics are to the fore in everything she does, but it's a very high-paced song, very quick song with the violin and with the solo guitar as well. And that was the first song that really grabbed me, got my attention as a child and made me listen to the rest of the album. But that was the one that really took a hold of me, Violin. It's not a complex song. It's not, there's no massive storyline to it. But it's, that's the one that really brought me in. And probably after that, I thought the two stories that I really got from the album are Babushka and Army Dreamers. So you probably don't want to talk about Babushka.
As it's the only Kate Bush song I know, then, well, off this album, then it's the only one I feel semi-qualified in talking about. I do like it. And I like the theme, I like the story of it. It's like that honey trap kind of paranoia that your partner's cheating and then you end up like ruining everything, as most people do. I do not know why that happens, but you can have a happy relationship and then for some reason you have to go and mess it up. Like, you don't deserve to be happy when everyone does, of course, but it happens all the time. So I really like the story. It was very
speaking from personal experience there.
I wasn't speaking about anyone, but I'm just saying it happens a lot. Relationships are messy and people make them messier than they need to be. Well,
I think that's a very good point, because the narrator or the principal character, she will say, she wanted to test her husband. So it's not the narrator, but it's coming from her point of view very much. And I think she does mess up the relationship. She interferes with it. Maybe if he'd just been left alone.
Like, that was the thing. He wasn't even cheating until like she brought this into the equation. So yeah, don't.
So it's certainly an unfortunate story. It's so the theme of the album overall is about loss and death and fear of loss, fear of death, change. So the album's called Never Forever, which means that nothing is forever or everything is always changing. And here we have the protagonist of the story initiating some change that may not have happened otherwise. She gets into her fears of losing her husband, and ultimately she causes the presumably breakdown of her relationship, her marriage.
Yes.
So it's how the fear of change can cause change itself.
Oh yeah.
If we move on to the next song that really grabbed me. So initially Violin, then as I started exploring the album a little bit more, Babushka and Army Dreamers. So again, this is another storied song, another woman who is facing great change, great loss. She, her son has been killed in a war, I think the First World War, coming from the feel of the story, the feel of the song overall, I think the First World War. So her son is coming back from the war dead, being returned by the army. They first send her a telegram and her life falls apart, she breaks apart, and the body is sent home sent home to her, and she is despairing. She says, "You can, where is it? You can give the kid the pick of pips and give him all your stripes." It says stripes in the lyrics. She sings strips. That might just be the accent. I don't know. But give him all your stripes and ribbons. So she doesn't care how the army has treated him. She doesn't care the honor, the glory, what war has given him. It's given him death. Mm-hmm. And consequently, it's brought death to her family, her household. That's all she cares about. So obviously, change. It's the fear of change. She must have anticipated this when he went off to war. And here it is, the biggest change of all, her son dying. And again, that was the storyline that really grabbed me when I was very young, very, very little, tiny little A9630, barely even an A9630, barely an A963 at all.
Okay, sure.
That was the song that I listened to, and listened to the story and put myself into her shoes, how she feels, her crying, her devastation, when the telegram from BFPO first arrives, how she feels. That really got me. And that's why, because I don't think I recall me really listening to the storyline of any song before.
Okay.
Probably when I was that age,
right? Yeah.
The kind of things I was listening to were nothing like Kate Bush and her narrative power, her ability to tell a story through song. I hadn't heard that before. I wasn't listening to anything other than rubbish, frankly. Kate Bush was I'm kind of.
You mean like Kate pop? Bush. Were you just listening to pop music?
Pop, rock.
But you weren't really listening to listen. You were just like,
that's right.
Yeah.
I was listening to good music, interesting music that caught my attention, but not the powerful storylines, the narrative work that at the time I was only aware of Kate Bush doing. Mm-hmm. And so this was a totally new concept to me, the ability to put yourself into a character and tell a story through song. It was Army Dreamers and Babushka that first opened up that whole world of narrative songwriting.
Apart from Babushka, what were the other singles from the album?
Other things from the album, that's a good question. There was Breathing, I think was released as a single, I believe. So this is about, it's from the point of view of a fetus. And it's either during or in the time of a panic about a nuclear attack.
Oh,
so it's an unborn fetus who is either being born or is about to be born during a nuclear attack or during the fear of a nuclear attack. And this fetus is presumably, the fetus is breathing via their mother, and they're breathing in nicotine and breathing in possibly fallout as well.
Right.
It's slightly ambiguous the way that the lyrics go. It says, breathing the fall out in. So is that breathing the fallout? Or breathing the fall out in. So it's slightly ambiguous the way it says, is there fallout or is it fear of fallout, nuclear attack?
So
but it's breathing in the same things as their mother.
Is Kate Bush very political? Because just hearing you talk about some of the songs, there seems to be quite maybe anti-war message, for example, in her work.
I don't know if she's particularly political, but she tells stories. She tells different stories from a wide variety of people. Okay. This album was the first time she was able to express herself fully. She wrote all the songs. She had much more control over the production, over the musicians. She wanted to put her stories, the stories that she wrote via song, onto this album. And this is the first time she had the freedom to do that, because the the music industry, the publishers, the record companies trusted her. They knew she was brilliant. They knew she was going to write brilliant songs. They gave her more control, which was an unusual thing at the time for them to give a solo female artist such control over her own work. And she exploited that fully. She really put her soul, her views, her stories into the album. And Breathing is a very good example of that. You probably won't have watched the video, but it does show Kate as a fetus during either the fear of a nuclear attack or during one. And she is within the womb and she's breathing in and out along with the chorus of the song. Of course, the entire world is unknown to the fetus. And you're just getting this worry coming from the mother, from the mother about to give birth to this fetus into the world of it doesn't know what. So that's an amazing story. It's terrific for somebody so young. Let's not forget to put herself into the shoes, into the place of a fetus, thinking of how the world is before they've even been born and taking on these feelings from their mother.
I have not seen any of her music videos, but I'm guessing they're just as artistic as the music itself. So I'd be interested to checking that out. I mean, you've certainly made me interested in listening to the album. It sounds really super interesting. Like I said, I really don't know Kate Bush, so I'm open to discovering the bush. Why did I have to say it like that? Can we have a look at the vinyl itself? Is this a well-worn, well-used record, or is it like clean as a die?
It's been played many times.
Is this how long have you had this one?
Well, this is an actual 1980 copy.
Okay,
this is an original 1980 copy. It does still have the original inner sleeve. Let's be very careful. Be very careful when we're taking this out.
I feel like my hands are not big enough to reach to the middle, and I don't want to get my grubby little fingers on it also. It's hard for me. I don't think they were designed for the size of my little hands, But yes, that is the correct way to hold it.
That is indeed the correct way to hold it. Thumb in the hole, fingers underneath. You know that, don't you?
No, that actually looks nice. That looks clean. That looks good.
It's not too bad. Honestly, I did give it a little bit of a clean before we
clean the goods before you show them. Nice.
Clean the goods. Absolutely. Hello, reflected though in my
Show me your vinyl. Nice.
Show me your vinyl. Look at that. Look at that. That's that gorgeous.
I love vinyl.
Notice there is the album art on the label. It's not just a normal music publisher's record company label. It does actually show.
And there's the butterfly.
There's the butterfly. Yeah, there's the butterfly on side 2. So it is well thought out.
I was just going to say, I guess she's using the symbolism of, the butterfly with regards to the theme and the title of the album itself. So yeah, all works. It's great. I like it.
Well, exactly. Never ever caterpillars become butterflies. They make more caterpillars, and nothing's forever. Butterflies don't live forever. Neither caterpillars, but they all produce something beautiful.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for bringing this vinyl onto the show and showing us the vinyl and introducing, me and maybe some other people out there to Kate Bush. I am definitely going to give the album a listen now and check it out. And you made me want to listen to it, so thanks.
I'm glad to hear it. Everybody definitely should listen to Kate Bush. Obviously, she's done so many brilliant albums, but yeah, Never Forever was the first one that got me. Maybe it'll be the first one that gets you as well.
Yes, so if you want to find out more about Andrew, then I will link all his social medias in the description below, so you can go check him out. Go check out his YouTube and his Twitch, see what he is up to. And if you did like this video and you want to see more of Show Me Your Vinyl, then don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell, that way you'll get a notification when I upload another video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye.